What up, though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me while I'm out here on the run, getting things done, while also getting myself a few steps in. I'm gonna step over here to get out of this wind, and I'm gonna step back out, get back into the wind, and keep talking to y'all while I'm at it. Well, let's talk about Tracee Ellis Ross. She went on Michelle Obama's podcast, her and her brother. Yeah, it's her brother. I don't necessarily have a problem with their podcast. I just thought that it would be a bit more popular than it is. Last time I mentioned their podcast not really popping, people got really upset at me. And let me say this, I wasn't throwing shade at them. I was just simply saying that the podcast is not really, it might have been the title. Maybe the title that I used might have been triggering or something. But in the video, I wasn't really dragging them. I just was saying that for her to be who she is a former first lady, one of the most popular in history, and she's now doing a podcast. I expected there to be a lot more interest in it. Even now, I don't think she's hit 100,000 subscribers yet, which is surprising to me because I'm sure that she has a lot of stories to tell. Now, maybe the reason why she's not attracting more subscribers is because she's not sharing any of those fun, adventurous stories. Anytime I've checked it out, because I've checked it out a couple times, they kind of hop around talking about various different things. Not nothing too exciting that I've seen, whatever. So if every episode is like that, perhaps that's why her numbers aren't growing. Because the presence that she had, I really expected her to have a lot of a few 100,000 subscribers by now at the very least. But I digress. They had Tracee Ellis Ross on there. I thought that was an interesting guest to have. And I really forgot about her. You guys, I've talked about a lot of the women in Black Hollywood that kind of reached their 50s and they're kind of still looking for Mr. Right. Well, Tracee Ellis Ross is one of those. She's not married. She's not had any kids. She's been a bit of a boss babe. She's had a very successful career, and listening to her talk about her experiences up to this point, her life up to this point, and just what she's looking for in a man, I'm just like, she really is parroting the same things that Vivica Fox says, Sanaa Lathan, Taraji P. Henson, Lisa Ray. I mean, the list goes on. The man, she said, the man has to bring something to her life. She's not going to just be in a relationship for the sake of being in a relationship. I mean, you 52, you're highly accomplished. Like, what are you looking for him to bring? Are you still looking for him to pay your bills? Let me let them go. Had people like right behind me, and I don't know, they were like spacing out or whatever, and I didn't want them to be too distracting for you guys, so I kind of went ahead and let them go ahead and go. But anyway, as I was saying, at 52 years old, what are you looking for them to bring to your life? You say by your own words, you're not just looking to be in a relationship for the sake of being in a relationship. Well, why not? Why isn't just the person wanting to live life with you, wanting to do things with you, like, why isn't that enough? That didn't work for her in her 20s. It didn't work for her in her 30s. It didn't work for her in her 50s. Well, didn't work for her in her 40s, and so far in her 50s, it's still not working. The unfortunate thing about women like her, and this is an unfortunate thing, let me let you guys know, this is not me dragging Tracee Ellis Ross, because I do really like her a lot. All of the sisters that I named, her, Lisa Ray, Vivica, Sanaa Lathan, Taraji, I adore all those women. So I'm not hating on them. What I'm saying is that these women are in their early 50s to early 60s. And what they have in common is that they haven't realized that they have outgrown, or should have outgrown, these expectations that they have. Many of them in their 50s and 60s, well, all of the ones that I just named, they still have the same expectations of men that they had in their 20s, and they have lived decades not getting it and haven't realized that they're likely not going to get it. Sanaa Lathan, I heard her, she was talking, and it just was like, man, I think she is going to be doomed to be alone, which is unfortunate. She's a beautiful woman. See, okay, I think where they all go wrong at is they want a guy that's equally yoked to them or has more than them. And the guys that have more than them, in spite of the fact that they're still beautiful women, they don't want a 50-year-old boss babe. You know, like they're in their like years where they want to just relax and take it easy. And a lot of them, they just a little too intense for the age that they are. They're still like, ugh. And they're accomplished women. Like, man, these are accomplished women. Like, really. But you gotta accept at one, you know, just at some point that if for decades this has not worked for you, it's not going to work for you. And it's time to adjust your expectations. They all want the same type of guy, these high profile, rich guys. And they all want the guy to like court them like they were still in their 20s. You know, all them women, they were bad in their 20s. Bad. And the way men treated them in their 20s, because they all had men that were trying to wife them. They all did. They all brag about it. But it's like they held out because they thought that they would, one, get better if they held out. Two, they want to continue to be independent a while longer and, you know, be a career woman. And three, they made the mistake of thinking that the moment they were ready to settle down, that long checklist guy, that builder guy that they imagined in their head would suddenly materialize. And that hasn't happened for any of them. Tracee Ellis Ross, she be posting thirst traps on IG. And she's still an attractive woman and she got a banging body. But it's just like, at what age do you realize that this is kind of the reason why you're not attracting the men that you want? The men that she wants. Her and the other ones. Those men, they don't want a woman that's always bent over on social media. They don't want that. And I give you a prime example of why they don't want that. A lot of times they have high profile friends, high profile people who they do business with. And the woman in their life is a representation of them. And if that woman is supposed to be with them, they're expected to bring her along with them when they have dinners and other events. And the last thing you want is to become the butt of everybody's jokes because you show up there with that woman and they done all seen those pictures, those thirst traps that she's sharing online. Men with a lot of money, from what I've learned, my experience is dealing with men with a lot of money. The more modest the woman is, the better. The quieter that she is, the better. I'm not saying she can't ever talk, but those type of women that they are usually very outspoken, and they aren't that good at reading the room and understanding when it's best to maybe not say so much. And when they have a man that tries to teach them this, they buck against it and saying he's trying to control them and all that. So the type of men that they want, they can't attract them for a multitude of reasons. Because it's like, should I deal with a Tracee Ellis Ross at 52 who is going to be such a disagreeable boss babe? Beautiful, in shape, all this sort of stuff accomplished, but such a disagreeable boss babe, unwilling to be taught. And you always a student of the game. So you can be like, oh, what does he need to teach her? You always a student of the game. Like, never ever think that you know everything, because if you think you know everything, you can't learn anything. I'm a student of the game. I'm gonna be a student of the game to the day I die. So if she's unwilling to learn anything, if she's unwilling to be taught, if she's unwilling to I guess hold herself accountable, hold herself to a higher standard, if she's unwilling to bend in any way to the things that he is trying to introduce her to, what can you do with her? He can have a woman that age that's, you know, always challenging everything that he says, or he can have a woman that's like 35 that is going to be more agreeable and more willing to get on board with his program, who perhaps hasn't posted all those thirst traps, and if she has, she would likely be more willing to take them down. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here though, y'all. Let me know what y'all think. It was 80 degrees today, so people got all their fun cars out. That's why y'all hearing all the revving and stuff. But thank you guys for joining with me. As always, like this video, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm gonna holler at y'all soon. Peace.